Hi, I'm Noelle with today's Brew, where top producing real estate agents share their tips on taking more listings, making more money, and having fun doing it. On today's episode, we welcome Anna Newman from Seattle, Washington. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Noelle. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, I've heard that you're making some big moves in the real estate world, and we are all interested to hear how you're doing it.
I was previously a licensed real estate agent in California, and I did pretty well right from the start. I kind of always felt like I was lucky. And then coming into Washington, it was right before COVID, and I didn't really know anybody or the area or anything. And I actually took that first year off and didn't do anything in real estate. And then I came across somebody and I asked to join the team, Marv Nicholson. I joined Marv Nicholson Group's team. And the last year, it just kind of started and it started coming in. And it kind of felt lucky in the beginning as well.
It's always nice to have the support of a team to guide you. And you felt it was a fairly easy transition moving in from California into Seattle?
Yeah, actually, I found it to be very scary. So coming into a new area and real estate being actually way different in California than Washington, not knowing the area or not knowing anybody, I really felt like I needed support from somebody that knew what they were doing. And I got that by joining a team.
Okay. And did the team offer you leads, or did you get lead generation from somewhere else? Are you using a dialer?
So I use a dialer and I do get leads from the team, which is amazing because that's the hardest thing is to get leads. However, in the beginning, I found that some of those leads were more people that were curious about selling their home. And so I was setting all these appointments. I was going on all these appointments, but it wasn't really going anywhere. They weren't listing with anybody else, but they weren't listing with me. And so it wasn't until I started going on Espresso and watching Jackie and Jim that I kind of like felt like I cracked the code. And that was I needed to call expireds and canceled.
Okay. So is that your main source now, is calling expireds?
That is absolutely what I'm focusing on right now in my business. I'm still working on that future business and building that relationship with those curious people. But I found that in order to not feel lucky in real estate, that I actually did something to get the business, something that was measurable, was calling expired and canceled.
Okay, so I want to touch bases on both of those. The expireds, I'm curious about what the business is like out in Washington. Are you seeing more expireds, or did that not slow down for you at all?
Yeah, so that was something that we weren't seeing. So this is actually a really new way of thinking for me. Like it just kind of has happened over the last few weeks, that I kind of realized that was what I needed to do to get those kind of appointments that are ready to list now. And I've actually already got some within the first week of calling them. And so that's kind of exciting. I don't know what the outcome is for me yet of how many appointments versus how many I actually get signed and how many I get sold. But we are seeing a lot more days on market here in Seattle, Washington, and we are seeing a lot more expireds and canceled. And we're even starting to see for sale by owners, which are interested in listing with us, which they were not before because they were having no problem selling their properties on their own.
Absolutely. I see that the same thing here. So what's your goal for the year?
So, I am a mom and part of the reason why I'm in real estate is that I like to spend time with my kids and be involved with them and my family. So, my goal for the year is like about 2 deals a month, which I'm definitely on track more than that. But I guess it's not really that high of a goal for some people.
That's a great goal. That's 24 deals a year. And I think you give a lot of people a lot of hope that are newer in the business to have 2 deals a month and 1
Yeah.
year 1 year
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting because we cap and our year starts different times. So mine started in May and I was actually able to cap at 27 days with my new cap.
So 2 deals a month. You've already capped. How far are you from hitting your goal for 24?
Yeah, so my new year kind of starts in May, so I'm only a few months into it, but I'm definitely on track.
Tell us about your schedule. What do you do when you get up in the morning? Give us the anatomy of your day. Are there certain things that you do specifically every single day?
Yes, I'm definitely believe in a schedule and being consistent. So, I get up in the morning and I start planning out like my calls a little bit to my expires and canceled. I want to start them from, 8 to 9. And then, from about 9 to 10, I work on my other types of leads that I talk to and I'm prospecting with and building relationships with them. Honestly, I spend pretty much until about 11:30 just calling people, just on the phone.
That's awesome. How many contacts do you hit? What's your goal?
My goal is to do at least 50 to 60 calls, before 10 a.m. That's how many calls I make, but I don't really have a goal for how many people I actually talk to. I think my numbers are actually pretty high because I feel like I talk to about 10 people in that time frame. And it's actually kind of shocking because we purchase all of these leads that come into our system, and I get to talk to a lot of them, but the expireds and canceled actually do answer the phones at a higher rate than I would have thought they would have answered.
That's great news. I've personally have gotten stuff from expireds from Espresso as well. So it's a great system. It works if you put in the time, which it
Yeah.
sounds like you're definitely doing. How do you keep your mindset strong? I mean, especially if you're a working mom too. How do you stay motivated on days that you just simply don't want to prospect?
I feel like it's accountability with my team as well, and having them there. We also role play. I'm like a team leader on our team, so I am role playing, at least 4 times a week for an hour each time. But everybody on our team is kind of required to do it about 2 hours a week or 2 different times. So I think that helps you stay accountable, and also the meetings and just talking to the other team members and them being motivated and everybody motivating each other.
Do you use scripts or have a coach or?
Yeah, so I definitely use scripts. I think scripts are very important. And it's kind of interesting because in the beginning, that was something that I never thought that I would do. I think it is important to own your script. And since I kind of told you that the canceled and expireds are new for me, I feel like I don't totally own those scripts yet. And I'm definitely working on that. Every time I get off the call, I'm like, oh, I should have said this, or why didn't you say that? But you just get better with each call. But I think owning your script and knowing it is really important.
How do you follow up with people that you don't go on an appointment with right away, that you just want to nurture? What's a meaningful way for you to keep in touch with them?
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's really important to know their motivation, and it can kind of help you keep in touch with them. So knowing their timeline and why they want to move and finding reasons to communicate with them that way can help you have reasons to call them and follow up with them.
Perfect. What do you think your goal will be for next year?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll be doubling my goal next year.
Well, it sounds like you're motivated enough to do it and get it done. That's great. So in 5 years, you'll be at 100 transactions?
I don't know. Maybe if I have people that I'm mentoring down below me that I can kind of help. But there is that balance for me of my life and my time, which is very valuable to me as well.
If there was one piece of advice that you could offer newer agents that maybe aren't having the same momentum that you're experiencing, what would that be?
Be consistent in whatever you choose to do and just keep doing it.
Okay. If we want to reach out to you, how do we do that? How do we send referrals to you?
Yeah, you could email me. You can call me on my phone number. My phone number is 916-960-6660. That would be a great way. I'm on Facebook, Anna Newman. I'm on Instagram, Anna Newman Realtor. Those would be great ways to reach out to me.
Well, I'm excited for you and to see where your business goes. And once you get your kids off of school for the new year, you'll probably be revving up those calls even more.
Yeah, for sure. The kids definitely slow you down. I have to bribe them, be good for these 4 hours and I'll take you to the park.
Well, it sounds like you're a great mama and a great realtor, and I wish you lots of success.
Thank you, Noel. I really appreciate being here, and I wish you the same.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.